Can you believe this author raised $40 million in just 2 weeks, and in just 24 hours he crossed $15 million? How did he do it? What did he actually do, and how different was his idea? I'm going to share all of this in this particular video. This video is going to be very interesting, so make sure you watch the video till the end. You may never know which thought or fact may resonate with you and change the course of your life. So let's get started. Hey you beautiful people, welcome back to a new video on our channel Read Travel Become. In this video, I'm going to tell you a fascinating story, a mind-blowing story. It's the story about an author who has an entrepreneurial mindset, or maybe he's an entrepreneur who has great writing skills. You might have heard of these popular writers. You might have heard of George R. Martin, who has written Game of Thrones. You've heard of J.K. Rowling, who has written Harry Potter series, and they've sold millions and millions of copies, and they've earned millions and millions of dollars by selling these books. But this particular author, which I'm going to talk about, understood things very differently. He did something very different, which I'm going to share in this video. He truly understood the power of leverage. If you have read the Almanac of Naval Ravikant frequently talks about this concept of how we can leverage the opportunities in today's world. Okay, so let's talk about this author's story. The author which I'm talking about is none other than Brandon Sanderson. You might have heard of Sanderson. He is very popular in the fantasy writing section. His books, Mistborn series, the Stormlight Archive, are very popular, and they've sold tens and millions of copies. He's also been on the New York Times best-selling list a staggering more than 50 number of times. He has a great track record, but this wasn't the case always. Let's see how his journey began. So when he was right out of college, when he was looking out for a job, he took up a job at a hotel as a front desk receptionist. But here was the catch. He took the night shift. He specifically requested for a night shift. Why? Because he would have all the time in the world to sit down, think and write. He absolutely loved writing. He used to take these academic courses on writing even in his college, and he was very well read. So during his night shift, he started writing a lot. He wrote a staggering 15 volumes before his first manuscript was published. Now this is how the publishing industry works. What happens is you make a deal with the publisher and you get a royalty of, let's say, 10 to 15% on every book that is being sold. This is how the model was for traditional publishing. This is what he did, and he wrote a lot of books and they got published, and he was earning a lot of money. Everything was going great. The Mistborn series was very popular. The Stormlight Archive was very popular. Plus he made his mark in the fantasy section. He was having a core set of fans. But there was a problem here. He was not able to leverage all the power towards him. He was giving most of the powers to the publishers. The publisher had most of the control when it came to publishing his books, when it came to reaching his books to a wider audience. So this is where he played his cards very right. I'm going to tell you what exactly did he do. So he was frequently compared with George R. Martin, with Stephen King, with J.K. Rowling, because these people had a large distribution network. This guy, what he did was he started his own publishing company. It was called Dragonsteel Books. And now came the most brilliant part. Now came the masterstroke. He decided to do a drop of the books. Now what exactly is a drop? A drop is when something, a product, a service or an offering is only given out to the public for a limited amount of time. Let's say Nike is doing a shoe drop. So in that drop period, it will only sell a limited number of shoes. Now what happens is, because the quantity is limited, the value of those shoes shoots up. The value suddenly becomes very exclusive. This is what Brandon Sanderson did. What he did was he created a drop for 4 of his novels. He decided to do this on a website called Kickstarter. On the website Kickstarter, you can actually put up your projects and people can fund you, people can back you. The website believes that people want to help you. They don't want an ulterior motive always. People just want to help you. So he decided to do his drop on this particular website. And in 24 hours, he raised $15 million. Can you imagine? He raised $15 million just in 24 hours. He did not even name the books. He had a set of 4 books. The cover design was also something random. It wasn't the final one. He created a mystery around those books. He created an excitement around those books. And all of the people who were fans of Brandon Sanderson's writing were suddenly enthralled. They wanted to have this book. He created a hunger in the minds of the readers who were his fans. So this is how people supported him, and literally in 2 weeks, he raised about $40 million, which broke all records on the Kickstarter website. Here people had an option to back him up in different levels. Some people gave more money. The people who gave more money got more perks, like they got a hardcover, they got a paperback, they got an ebook, they also got some swag, some merchandise out of his universe. You might be knowing about Brandon Sanderson's world, that he writes these fantasy novels which are intricately detailed. They have a lot of detailing in them, they have a lot of world building in them. So the core people who are following it were addicted to it, and they were forced to help him out in his Kickstarter campaign. This, according to me, was a brilliant strategy. Now, how did it help him? Because he had the publishing control to himself. He was the owner of the books. He was the owner of the publishing company who's publishing these books, Dragonsteel Books. He now had three options. Let's say he does another drop in the next year. He can again raise that kind of a money. The second option is maybe he just stops selling these books. So the books which are already in circulation suddenly become very, very valuable. Suddenly they are very exclusive. Now, why is gold so valuable? Because it's limited number. That's why these books can also become very, very valuable. And the third option is, let's say the books pick up, let's say the books become very, very popular. He can tie up with a big publishing company and produce these books at a large scale. So he has all the control. He leveraged the opportunity towards himself. He has most of the power when it comes to how his messaging should be heard by the outer world. I believe this is very inspiring in its own way, because I feel people look at the books industry, the publishing industry, as a very legacy industry. Like there's no much disruption, no much innovation in this space. But this author has shown us that there is a possibility of innovation in literally every sphere, and this sphere is no less. So it's just how you put out your message, how you leverage the power of the internet, how you leverage your ideas. So I just wanted to share this story with you guys, where if especially you are a writer, or if you want to get yourself heard, if you want to show your work, there are many opportunities today which you can leverage. Leverage is the key word here, which you can learn from this particular video. There's a beautiful book by Seth Godin called The Icarus Deception, in which he talks about the same thing. He talks about the power of internet and the power of creator economy in today's times. He's written that in earlier times you basically had to struggle a lot to get to the Oprah Winfrey show, but today you can start your own Oprah Winfrey show. Let's say you were an artist in older times. You were actually spending a lot of time, energy and effort to find that perfect opportunity, to find that perfect audition, to be a member of a band, to be a member of a film project, etc, etc. But now you don't have to do that. Just pick up your camera, film yourself and put your work out there. This is how things can be done today. That's the power of digital media today. So this is what I wanted to share. I hope you like this short video of mine. I really want to share inspiring stories like this with you guys, so that you can learn from the contemporary stuff that is going around us. If you watched the video till here, if you found value in this content, thank you so much. Do share the video with someone who you feel would be benefited from this particular video, and don't forget to like this video. Thank you for all the love and support that you've always shown me. I'm really sorry that the videos are coming a bit late. I was actually planning a lot of stuff. You would get to know that I'm actually prepping up to bring out great content for you guys. So thank you so much for staying up and staying all the way and supporting me. So yeah, that's all for this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.